Congratulations, Toros.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Party congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
You did it. You should be so proud of yourselves.
For your fortuitousness and your perseverance.
We are so proud of you and all of your hard work.
The staff and faculty are so proud of you.
On your grit and determination to succeed under adverse conditions.
Feel good about what you did. Feel proud again of yourself.
And I'm excited to see all of you go out and make big changes.
Go out there, create your own lane of success because the world needs you.
Take that focused determination into your new careers.
I wish you success and good luck.
And we wish you all the best.
But don't forget about us.
And remember, once a Toro, always a Toro.
Good luck again. Go Toros.
Go Toro.
Go Toros.
You've got this.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Do we have business here? Do we have public administration here? Do we have physical education in the house? Good afternoon. My name is Michael Spagna, and I am the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and it is my honor to welcome you to the 54th commencement ceremonies of the California State University Dominguez Hills. Will you please continue to stand with me and welcome CSUDH student Aaron Greer as he leads us in singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Now that's a way to start a celebration. One more time, Aaron Greer! Good afternoon, class of 2021. No, I didn't quite hear that.
I wasn't feeling
You wasn't feeling that?
No, it's the big ceremony.
Must be a big ceremony.
Yeah, gotta hear it again.
The provost wasn't feeling that. So let me try that again. Good afternoon, class of 2021. My name is Dr. Thomas Parham. I am your president of California State University, Dominguez Hills. and it is my pleasure to welcome you and your guests on behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration. Welcome, everybody. Now, isn't it nice just to be outside celebrating with each other? Y'all glad to be out? Now, I want to take a moment of privilege, so I'm going to drive my script folk crazy in a minute, because I recall early on in the semester when we weren't sure what the COVID pandemic was going to do. And we were planning a commencement ceremony that last year we had to cancel. This year we said, we're going to try to have one, but it's going to be 100% virtual. Students, you remember getting a memo from me about that? Yeah. And then we said, no, the color code's changing, infection rates are starting to go down a little bit. Maybe we'll do kind of a drive-by in the car kind of thing like some other places did. Y'all remember that memo? Then we said, no, the color's changing again, infection rates are going down, hospitalizations going down, mortality rates going down. They might even allow some of the students to get outdoor. So we said, okay, public health is going to allow us to have just the graduates and not one family member in the audience with you. Y'all remember that memo? Everybody remember that memo? Then the color code changed again, and it allowed us to then have a fixed seat stadium with a third occupancy, which is why all the seats around you are taped up. But what a blessing it is to allow us, when everybody else in the country is struggling with what to do, and your California State University Dominguez Hills decided, no, we got to create an in-person ceremony. We're going to have not only the students, but 2 more folk with them, which is what they'll allow us to have, and we put on an in-person ceremony when lots of your other sister campuses couldn't do it, right? So, now I mention that to you because lots of you, I think, come to participate in the ceremonies. This is number 7 for us. And I can't tell you what it has taken to put this on. And before I go any further to introduce our platform party, whatever, I want all of our folk from ceremonies and events and our volunteers to stand up. Everybody who has volunteered for this occasion in ceremonies and event, just come out from under the woodwork. Marilyn, that'd be you. Don't be hiding back there behind that curtain. Come out front. Kim, come out front. All the volunteers, come out front. Ladies and gentlemen, you have no clue how hard they have worked for you to put this on. Show them some love up in here. Give it up for all our volunteers. They're all up top, checking you in, online doing it. Give them some love. Thank y'all. Now, it is my pleasure, after welcoming you, to introduce today's platform party. On the stage with me, ladies and gentlemen, are the following chief academic and administrative officers and special guests of the university. Now, I'm going to invite you to please hold your applause until all members of this platform party have been introduced and recognized. Once we do, then we'll take a thunderous applause from you. That good? All right. So beginning on my left, please stand as you are recognized and remain standing. Dr. Kimberly Costino, Dean, Undergraduate Studies. Dr. Joseph Wynn, Dean, College of Business Administration and Public Policy. See, y'all failing the test already. Dr. Laura Telemonte, our Chair of Academic Senate. Mr. Christopher Manriquez, Vice President, Information and Technology. He's our tech guru. Dr. William Franklin, Vice President for Student Affairs. Ms. Rehab Shwaib, your ASI Student Body President and our student speaker. Dr. Claudia Payton, Interim Dean, College of Health, Human Service, and Nursing. Dr. John Price, Interim Dean, Graduate Studies. Ms. Deborah Wallace, Vice President, Administration and Finance. Ms. Nicole Ineru, keynote speaker. Mr. Scott Barrett, our Vice President for University Advancement. Dr. Stephanie Sterling Brazeley, Dean, University Library. And You've already met him, our Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Michael Spagna, your Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Ladies and gentlemen, please greet your platform party. Thank you. You can all be seated. Now, here at Dominguez Hills, we have an incredible community of faculty and staff who have guided and educated you over the course of your tenure with us. They have taught you, they've mentored you, they've encouraged you, helped engage in some lessons in ways in which, quite frankly, we may never know. And though they are not all here today because of our restrictions on people, there are some who have decided to come celebrate with you. So I'd like you to please stand and direct your attention to our Tennis Center suites and join me in now recognizing and thanking your faculty for all they have done for you and will do for those who will follow you. Faculty, we thank you for being here. We recognize you and celebrate you and your peers. Give it up for our faculty if you would. Now, graduates, I know that you want to acknowledge some other folk who are here with us today. And so I want to take a moment to acknowledge and really thank the family and friends who have supported and nurtured and cried with you when you needed to, hugged you when you needed to get hugged up quick and soft, and just been there to encourage you, finance you, and do everything you needed to help support you. So, graduates, please stand. And I want you to take the family members next to you, invite them to stand with you and hug them, right? Support them, let them know you love them, and thank them profusely for what they've done for you. Thank your families and give it up. Well, y'all see some long hugs in there. Get those hugs going. I know we come a long way by faith. I know that's right. But y'all made it. Because family believed in you. We got nothing but love for family. Now, let me invite everybody to have a seat. So students and guests, what I want you to know as your president is that the excitement and joy that we feel as faculty and staff and senior administration when you students first enter the grounds and halls of academia for the first time, that first year on campus, be you freshman, transfer, or graduate student, that excitement is matched only by the jubilation we experience at moments like this when we watch students graduate with the degrees for which they have been recommended by their faculty. Now, our mission at California State University, Dominguez Hills, by the way, one of 23 campuses in the California State University system, which, if you didn't know it, is the largest system of public higher education in all of America. We take a backseat to nobody in this country in the CSU. Our mission is to provide access to the region and state citizenry and expose all of you students to a first-in-class educational experience that creates an atmosphere for the acquisition and dissemination of information, for the free and rigorous exchange of ideas, for pushing students to think more critically in analyzing facts and data and embracing an environment where inquisition is encouraged, challenging bias and preconceived notions of the world is expected, cultivating and nurturing diversity and inclusive excellence is part of our institutional culture, and fulfillment of academic dreams and goals is realized. That's what we do at California State University, Dominguez Hills. Now, as we sit here today assembled, amidst the ambiance of this commencement ritual, we all bear witness this year to a graduating class, both from 2020, we invited them back, we had 2 ceremonies for them, and 2021. And each of you students have mastered the skills and dared yourself to persist and persevere through a range of challenges that life has confronted you with. And there's been some challenges out there. Somebody know what I'm talking about today, yes? Y'all been through some challenges this year. Let me count them up. There was a tripartite series involving a crisis of COVID pandemic, a state budget crisis with severe budget cuts that we sustained, and calls for more social justice and police reforms after the assault on and murder of black and brown bodies and the assault on Asian American brothers and sisters across the country. Those were the contextual variables that challenged the intellectual, emotional, behavioral, and even spiritual sensibilities of you graduates. And yet, the difficulties that you've all found a way to navigate your way through will now become the teachable moments and the transferable assets that will assist you in the years ahead of you as you traverse the landscape of career endeavors, family life, and civic and community engagement, all of which you will embrace. So without question, graduates, today, as each of you crosses the threshold from this commencement exercise, life will present you with an interesting range of opportunities, challenges, and responsibilities. Let me say that again. Opportunities, challenges, and responsibilities. Now, I'm reminded in this moment about the prophetic voice of Dr. Martin Luther King, one of my heroes. And he reminds us, ladies and gentlemen, that our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. Let me say that again. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter, is what Dr. King argued. So one of the opportunities that each of you graduates will have is to use your voice, not an echo, but a voice, to speak up and speak out about those things that you really matter to you in this world. But we at Dominguez Hills want you to do so, knowing that your academic and co-curricular education, the facts, the data you have received during your time on the DH campus has sharpened your intellect. It has crystallized your thinking, and it has helped you to be more persuasive in the assertions you'll advance and the arguments that you'll make. You are ready for your voice to be heard. Make sure that it's heard. That's your opportunity. You'll also be challenged. You'll be challenged to confront what is. Let me say that again. You'll be challenged, students, to confront what is in life, and then decide whether you settle for the way things have always been or challenge yourself and others to imagine what might be. See, as a psychologist, the human organism, right, is in a constant state of trying to close the gap between our aspirational selves and our real selves. So never stop growing. And so I encourage you all to grasp for the possible and not just settle for the predictable. I want you to focus less on replicating privilege and more on leveraging the knowledge you discover, teach, and disseminate so that it can be used to resolve the social injustices that are so pervasive in this world. You are a Touro Nation graduate now. That's what we expect you to do. And finally, I am cognizant as your president that as new graduates, you will also be saddled with enormous responsibilities. And I'm reminded again about the words of my hero, Dr. King. He invites us to remember that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are we doing for others? So, as proud Toros, those regal bulls that represent strength and determination and class, your character attributes should somehow motivate you all to not simply focus on self, but rather focus on doing for others, such that the life and workspaces you will occupy are made better because you have been in them. It has been our honor, students, and our privilege to teach, mentor, advise, and serve you. So go out proud, poised, and positioned, right, as accomplished Toros, prepared to take your rightful place of rulership and mastery over this world. Congratulations to you. God bless. Now it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Laura Telemonte, our Academic Senate Chair, to the podium. Dr. Telemonte.
Thank you so much, President Parham. Buenos tardes. Good afternoon. Welcome and bienvenidos. I have a great honor today to come to you as Academic Senate Chair and speak on behalf of the faculty. And I want to spend my time with you this afternoon giving thanks. I want you to know how much we appreciate you, how much we admire you, and how much we are inspired by you. You make us so very, very proud. So thank you. I want to thank you for making it to today. And I want you to know that we see you. When I say we see you, that means that we know how hard you've worked. We know how much you've juggled and had to balance to get here today. We know that you had to make a monumental transition in your learning environment, and yet you still showed up. And not only did you have to make that monumental transition, but you also had to juggle more than ever. You helped with your siblings. You helped raise children. You helped your parents. You helped your abuelitas and abuelitos. Yes? Did you do all those things? Yes. Was it hard? Absolutely. And did we continue to challenge you as professors? Ask you to work hard? Even though you were working harder than ever? Yes. And did you wonder about that sometimes? Yes. we know. But you did it. You stepped up to the challenge. You are amazing. And we see you. We honor you. We thank you for continuing to show up, to get here today. This has been an incredible year, but you, as Toros, have continued to be incredible people. And I want you to know that you are the glue. You are the glue that binds us together here at Dominguez Hills. Faculty and staff, because we're a team, under the leadership of our administrators, we are a stronger community. We are a better community. We are inspired because of you, because of everything that you bring to the table. We love your strength. We love your courage. We love your determination. And we are, again, so very, very proud of you. And so I just want you to take a moment and let those words soak in. You're amazing. And we have every faith in you as you go out into the world and face your next challenges and take on more responsibility. But we know you can do it because you've already done so much. So thank you. And I just want to finish up here by saying that this is graduation day. You are becoming alums, right? You are going out there as part of the Toro Nation, but you're still part of the Toro family. And that means that CSUDH here at Dominguez Hills, our doors are always open. Yes, you are starting a new journey, but you're not going alone because we're still here for you. We want you to drop in to our offices. We want you to call us. We want you to email us. We are here to support you as you begin the next stage of your journey because this is a lifelong relationship. We don't let Toros go without knowing that they can always come home. And when you come home, we hope that you'll also come back and share your talents, share your achievements, and inspire the next generation of Toros as you have inspired us all here today. So, congratulations, felicidades to the class of 2021. Thank you. And I now have the special honor of introducing your student speaker for today. She is someone I have had the pleasure of working with all year long. She's an business administration major, but she's also your Associated Students Incorporated president. Okay? So now let's give a nice big applause to Rahab Shwaib.
Okay. Oh God. Okay. Thank you. Good afternoon, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2021. My name, we really did it. Oh, not a hat malfunction. We just got it. Okay. We graduated during a pandemic. That was not easy. So I really want to take this time to say how proud I am of the class of 2021 who endured the physical and mental drains of this pandemic and still found the strength to take care of your families, to come to class every day prepared, and to be a person that is going to take on their education. Oh God. My name is Rahab Shoaib, and I have had the honor of serving as your Associated Students President, and it has honestly been the greatest experience of my life. So I thank you all for giving me that opportunity. When I think of my influencers and supporters that empowered me to pursue a higher education, I think of my parents. They came to this country with the hope to start a new life, a better one for their family. My parents immigrated to the United States from Ghana in the 90s. My father was a scholar in Ghana. He was very well educated. And when he came to this country, he had a very smooth transition because he knew how to speak English and he had a degree. He worked as a professor at UCLA and as an imam at our masjid. In Ghana, my very loud mother worked in the markets since she was a child. She sold food and anything that she could get her hands on. She always knew how to run a business, and she always had her books in order. Some of her family even had to borrow money from her. That's my mom. When she came to this country, she did not speak English and she wasn't college educated. And I saw how that challenged her. She had to learn from my father a lot of things: how to drive, how to pay bills, how to read. She was not educated, and I saw firsthand how that affected her treatment in this country. Attitude from cashiers that couldn't understand her accent, or judgment from clerks when she needed help with her paperwork. She is still, though, the smartest and strongest person that I know. In 2009, my father unexpectedly died from complications due to lung cancer, and it shattered my family. We were broke, and my mom did not have a job at the time, but she did her best, and she did what moms do best, which was pick up the pieces of our lives and make something beautiful. At that time, she still struggled to read and write, but she gave us something that I will always thank her for. She taught me how to be a leader. She taught me how to speak up for myself. And she taught me how to prioritize my education over anything inside of my life. So thank you, Mommy. It's hard to tell my family story in 3 minutes, but it's one that I wanted to tell because I know how many of my peers can relate to it. Our parents who have sacrificed and given so much for us to make it to this stage, for us to receive an education. This degree is an accomplishment, but it does not only belong to me. It's confirmation that my parents' sacrifices were not in vain. It's hope for a better future for my family. It's inspiration for my younger siblings and cousins to follow in my footsteps. And it's a thank you to all of the professors, faculty, students even, who poured so much love and support into me to make me feel empowered and confident to pursue a higher education. To my fellow graduates, don't forget to support the people who supported you through all of your challenges and made it possible for you to make it to this stage. Thank them, and also be that person. Be that person for your cousins, for your siblings, whoever in your life that you see needs encouragement, needs a push, needs help to be their best selves. Thank you, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2021.
So I have to say, that deserves a standing ovation. Rahab, thank you, and to your family for being such a point of support for us and a source of strength during the entire pandemic. Thank you, Rahab. It is with great pleasure that I introduce today's commencement speaker. We are honored to welcome distinguished local leaders and trailblazers to the CSUDH campus to speak at each of our commencement ceremonies. We hope that even as you celebrate your own achievements and milestones, the words and deeds of these inspiring individuals will inspire you to continue pursuing your own unique paths to success. Your commencement speaker today is Nicole Inaru, who earned a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's in educational psychology at UC Berkeley and currently serves on the board of the CSUDH Foundation. Nicole Inaru owns and operates 18 Los Angeles area McDonald's restaurants in partnership with her sister. Ms. Inaru was over 17 years of experience developing teams, delivering strategic operations, and serving customers and communities throughout the area. Born and raised in Inglewood, California, Ms. Inaru enjoyed a 10-year career in social services before deciding to switch paths and become an entrepreneur. Ms. Inaru joined McDonald's Next Generation program and became owner-operator of 2 locations at Los Angeles International Airport. She used the proceeds from those restaurants to purchase her first freestanding location, and her entrepreneurship has moved from strength to strength ever since. Ms. Inaru's 18 restaurants regularly deliver the highest sales in the region, and she works closely with each venue to develop and implement distinctive strategies for each location. She is committed to giving back to the local community and does through scholarships, philanthropy, and mentorship. Ms. Inaru currently serves on the CSUDH Foundation Board, as well as the boards of the Global Ronald McDonald House Charities, Greater Los Angeles, YWCA, and the Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce. Please join me in a warm Toro welcome for Nicole Inaru as your commencement speaker.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, California State Dominguez Hills undergraduate and graduate colleges of Business Administration and Public Policy, Health, Human Services, and Nursing, graduating class of 2021. Congratulations on making it here today. After the past year, it is great to really just be here together, though socially distant, of course, but to be outside and to have a reason to actually put on clothes other than sweatpants and t-shirts. But most importantly, it's exciting to be here today to celebrate you and your amazing accomplishments. I would first like to thank your university president, Dr. Parham, the university deans, all members of the university cabinet, faculty, and staff for the opportunity to briefly speak to you today. I would also like to thank David Gamboa, your AVP of External Relations. He has been extremely helpful to me during this process. Most specifically, he honored my very last-minute request to take a tour of your campus since I did not have the pleasure of attending your university as a student. It was wonderful to walk through and see all of the new development of the new buildings mixed in with the well-preserved buildings from the past. The care and detail taken to maintain all of the outdoor spaces. I was very impressed learning that you have a very diverse university with a large population of women students, students of color, and first-generation college students. It was a great and informative tour, but there was something missing. All of you guys. It was quite an interesting experience to walk through a university campus where there were no students. But I was thoroughly impressed with the swift and strategic actions taken by the university in response to the COVID pandemic, allowing you all to continue your education and graduate today. So congratulations again. I look forward to the day when students are allowed to return to this amazing campus. So, I have experienced a lot of emotions since being asked to be your keynote speaker today. Of course, I was surprised and humbled when I received the request. But if I'm very honest, I was also scared. This is the first time I have ever spoken on a stage this large to a group this size. And I'm thinking, why did they ask me to do this? I mean, what am I going to say? And most importantly, how am I going to be funny? That was really the real fear that I had. And then I thought of the words of the late, great John Lewis, who said, when you lose your sense of fear, you become free. So here I am today. I am also here because of Dale Huff, chairperson of your foundation board of directors, and a personal mentor of mine, and she's the one who actually called and asked me to do it. And if any of you know her, you know you just really can't say no to Dale. So I want to say a special thank you to Dale. So as I tell you a little bit about my story, I would like to highlight a few things that I hope will be helpful to you on your journey. Number one, the value of a job and a career has little to do with the job itself and everything to do with you. Number two, don't be afraid to change your mind. And finally, every choice is the right choice, even when it's the wrong choice. So let me tell you how I ended up working at McDonald's. So now, why do I say it like that? Because isn't that how everybody else says it? You can be honest. Your teachers, probably even some of the ones up here today, parents, friends, family members, you better study, you better get good grades and go to college so you don't end up working at McDonald's. Well, I bet you all would be surprised to learn that there are probably more lawyers who are employed by McDonald's than many other corporations in the world. That, in addition to all of the wonderful, hardworking people that work in our restaurants, McDonald's offers jobs to lawyers, marketers, chefs, nurses, medical professionals, along with jobs in PR, operations, business consulting, and those are just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. I can tell you stories of the many people I have met working at McDonald's who have put themselves through college while working at McDonald's, who have worked second jobs at night to support their families working at McDonald's, who have learned life skills such as teamwork, timeliness, and cleanliness while working at McDonald's, who started out working as a crew person and went on to become an owner-operator or the president of McDonald's Corporation. So I'm not here on a recruiting mission for McDonald's. However, we do have the restaurant on Central and the 91 freeway, so feel free to come in. But the point is that the value of your job, your career, is not defined by who you work for. It is defined by you, your goals, your drive, your ambition, and what you make out of any opportunity you get. But I still haven't told you how I ended up at McDonald's. Like many things in life, it's all Mom's fault. Growing up in Inglewood, my sister and I were taught by our mother the importance of choosing a career that will make a difference in someone's life. Before becoming a McDonald's owner-operator, my mother, Patricia Williams, worked as a rehabilitative therapist for the state of California. When she decided to make the career change from a very noble career where she had a direct and positive influence on the lives of people and families to become a McDonald's owner-operator, I was like, well, okay, but that's not for me. I was going to change lives with my career. I chose social work. I did a variety of jobs, including working for foster family agencies, the Department of Aging, DCFS, and finally the Superior Court. It was a lot of hard work, but I really felt that it was worth it because I was helping people, right? Positively impacting their lives, as my mom had taught me. As I was working as a social worker, my mom was building an amazing legacy as a great businesswoman in the world of McDonald's. Though we would talk about me potentially coming to work with her in the business, she never pressured. But all I kept thinking was, how can I leave this noble career in social work, helping the world, to become a business person? Well, one day, while working as a child custody evaluator, I was speaking with a colleague, just chit-chatting about life, and she began telling me about her first boss, who was her mentor. She told me how, as a teenager, she was having some difficulties in her life, and her boss took her under her wing. Her boss encouraged her to finish her high school education and to go on to college. Her boss supported her financially and with flexible schedules to make it easier for her to work and continue her schooling. She credited her boss with being a driving force in her getting a higher education and going into the field of social services. After talking a bit more, we realized that her boss was my mom. Here is the second point. Don't be afraid to change your mind. In my case, my mind was not only changed, it was completely blown. And I was able to see that you can use a variety of vehicles to have an influence. In fact, everything that you do, every conversation you have, every interaction you have, is creating an influence. It's up to you to decide how positive or negative that will be. So I made my decision to change careers and join with my mom in the family business. But making that decision was just the first of many steps in a long, hard road. And it all started by working at the French fry station. Before becoming an approved owner-operator, I had to complete the McDonald's Next Generation program, which requires the working and mastery of all levels of operations, including cooking, cleaning, and maintenance, and consistent goal setting and monitoring of business results. After the completion of the program came being financially responsible for a multi-million-dollar business and all of the amazing people working there. And that grew exponentially as we continued to purchase more restaurants. Then came the decision to expand outside of our organization, getting involved in McDonald's leadership and leadership within the communities where we do business and live. Most recently came the decision to support my mother in her retirement and take on the tremendous responsibility of carrying out her amazing legacy in partnership with my sister. All of these decisions were proof points. Could have gone one way or the other. And this brings me to my final point. Every choice is always the right choice, even if it's the wrong choice, as long as we learn something. Looking back on my journey, I think about all of the choices I made, should have made, shouldn't have made, or maybe should have made earlier or later. And yes, had I done it that way, things undoubtedly would have been different. Maybe better, maybe worse. But I made a choice, and every choice that I made led me to be exactly where I am supposed to be, right here with all of you today. So, as I take my seat, sorry, we have a little technical difficulty here. So, as I take my seat, my best wish for you is that you experience everything this world has to offer. Joy and sadness, success and failure, love and loss, that you take it all in with an attitude of openness, appreciation, and gratitude. By starting there, you have already won. Congratulations. Now, it gives me great pleasure and pride to stand before you representing the thousands of Toro alumni around the world. As a soon-to-be graduate of California State University, Dominguez Hills, you will join the enormous network of individuals who were educated from this university, which is now over 100,000 alumni worldwide. To be a Touro alum is special. It comes with tremendous pride, but also significant responsibilities. You are ambassadors of your alma mater. You have an obligation to help advance the academic mission for future generations and uphold the traditions of your university. I ask that you join me by taking part of a very special tradition, the alumni pinning ceremony. Please remove the pin that was provided to you at check-in. Everybody got your pens out? All right. Okay, all right, we holding on. Okay, you guys ready? Okay. This pen is a symbol transitioning you from a student to an alum of California State University, Dominguez Hills. It signifies the scholarly achievements of CSUDH students. Students, please stand. Now, please pin yourself and wear your alumni pin with Touro pride. Congratulations, everyone.
Please be seated and let's have another round of applause for Ms. Nicole Ineru. Excellent job. So I hope you're all ready for the big event now. We're at the big event. Now we would like to recognize those baccalaureate graduates with university honors. CSU Dominguez Hills refers to these honors by their Latin designations. Please join me in recognizing these outstanding students. Stand and remain standing if you are an undergraduate student with the following honors designation. Cum laude, with honor, please stand. Magna cum laude, with great honor, please rise. And summa cum laude, with highest honor, please rise. Congratulations to all of you. Now I would like all the master's students to stand for the hooding ceremony. The presentation of the academic hood to master's degrees recipients is a powerful and highly symbolic moment to both the candidate and the institution. The colorful hoods are reserved for those who have attained academic degrees beyond a baccalaureate degree. Color is an important element of all academic ceremonies. The color used to symbolize degrees earned and areas of study are referred to as faculty colors. The colors of the hoods represent the various fields in which degrees are earned. Candidates for Master of Arts and Master of Sciences are listed by academic discipline in the commencement program. Master's students, if you have a guest with you, please invite them to join you in this part of the ceremony. You may give them the hood now. If you do not, no problem, you can hood yourself. There are 3 steps in hooding the master's students. Step number 1, students, turn your back to your guest. Step 2, hooder, turn the colored velvet part of the hood towards yourself. And finally, step 3, place the hood over the graduate with the black fabric lying against the student's back. Congratulations. Students remain standing. Guests, please be seated. Master's students, I want you to remain standing, and I want all the undergraduate students, graduates also, to now rise. So all master's and undergraduate students, please rise. President Parham, on behalf of the Deans of Business Administration and Public Policy, Health, Human Services, and Nursing, I present the candidates for the Bachelor and Master of Arts and Science for the conferring of their degrees.
Thank you, Provost Spagna. Graduates, upon the recommendation of the administration and your faculty at the California State University, Dominguez Hills, and by the authority vested in me by the state of California and by the trustees of the California State University system, it is my privilege and honor to confer upon you the degree for which you have been recommended by your faculty, admitting you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto pertaining to those degrees. Congratulations, graduates of 2021. Let me try that again. Congratulations, graduates. Now, graduates, let me invite you to take a seat. So we have 3 rituals left in our ceremony today. Ritual 1. We're now going to commence, right, with recognizing each of you graduates by reading each and every one of your names. Now, I need to pause a second to have you know, right, why this is important for us. Because rather than have drive-by commencements and cars and stand-up, sit-down in mass, you students have appealed to us as an administration and to our ceremonies and event staff and said we would like, right, to be recognized where we used to be able to do it with you walking across the stage. Y'all remember that? Y'all not supposed to remember that. You haven't been here before, right? Anyway, the goal is to be able to recognize you there. But since public health guidelines demand that we be in fixed seating, tape some of them up, distance out, whatever, what we can do is recognize you by inviting each of you to stand. So when your name is called, we're going to invite you, there'll be about 3 seconds in between your name and the next, to stand up, shout, yell, do your little, dance, whatever you got to do. And all of these cameras that are positioned around the floor of this arena are going to capture you in your section, and your face is going to be posted on this screen up here. Is that all right? Now, lest you think your face is not going to be seen, this whole event is being live streamed. So don't get caught doing something, right, that you don't know you're supposed to be doing, right? Because it's all on camera. Y'all with me? All right, the last request I have before we get started. Recognizing each and every one of you is what we do in the Toro Nation. That's important to us. But I need a favor as your president. Some of you are about to be recognized first out the block. Some of you are going to be in the first quarter, some in the first half, others in the third quarter, and then there's some of you who are going to be by alphabetical order and by academic unit, the last names that we'll recognize today. But I just think each and every one of you deserves to be recognized and deserves the courtesy and the attention of everybody. So it's a warm day outside. It's a beautiful day outside. I want you to sit back, relax, and I'd like you to remain until each and every one of you have been recognized. Can y'all do that for me? Can y'all do that for me? So we're asking all students and their guests to remain until the end of the program so that all of you can be celebrated in the most appropriate way. Now, y'all ready to get your groove on? No, I'm not. You're not feeling that either. You're not feeling that? You thought it was business. Business and public administration? And I thought they were ready to get their groove on. Okay, let's see. Are y'all ready to get your groove on? So as they say, we got to cue the drummer, give the drummer some. Readers, if you would, our first name.
With a degree in business administration,
Jocelyn Abarca.
Fatima Abdullah.
Lawrence Abrams.
Christian Abrego.
Hugo Acevedo.
Vanessa Aceves.
Leslie Acosta.
Victor Acosta.
Noemi Acuna.
Elizabeth Adams.
Moriam Adepoju.
Dennis Aguilar.
Leanne Aguilar.
Shinaza Ahamefula.
Brian Alcantara.
Sergio Alcaraz.
Adriana Alejandre.
George Alexander.
Ariba Ali.
Michelle Alsber.
Mayra Alvarado.
Justin Alvaran.
Andy Alvarez.
Francisco Alvarez.
Nancy Alvarez Aragon.
Salvador Alvizar.
Catherine Ambriz.
Jose Andrade.
Tyler Andreen.
Henry Anguille.
William Aquino Gomez.
Nicole Aquino Tino.
Elizabeth Aragones.
Diego Ariza.
Gabriel Armenta.
Isaac Armijo.
Azriel Aro.
Karina Arreola.
Samir Ariola.
Gabriela Arrieta Rivera.
Carlos Arteaga.
Janelle August Morris.
George Avelino.
Frida Avila.
Jesus Avila Hernandez.
John Aviles.
Jisoo Bani Ahmad.
Kayla Banks.
Kelly Banks.
Edgar Barajas.
Denise Barba.
Leslie Barbosa.
Jeffrey Barrett.
Sean Batt.
Ryan Beard.
Juan Becerra.
Deshaun Beck.
Matthew Beck.
Luis Betancourt.
Omar Blancarte.
Joanne Bonenkin.
Julianne Brackett.
Jessica Bramasco.
Fida Brigham.
Janelle Brito.
Esbeidi Brito Barcenas.
Caitlin Brown.
Carla Brown.
Danielle Brown.
Madeline Buenaventura.
Pierre Bucasa.
Jose Cabrales.
Andy Cabrera.
Juan Cabrera.
Mark Cabrera.
Refugio Campos.
Richard Candelario.
Jose Cano.
Antonio Cantu.
Jessica Cardoso.
Araceli Carrillo.
Robert Casares.
Karen Castillo.
Rosana Castillon.
Nancy Castrejon Jaramillo.
Ricardo Castro.
Benito Cázares.
Andrea Cedillo.
Jacqueline Chides.
Leslie Chides.
Sandra Chaparro.
Vivek Chauhan.
Gladys Chavarin.
Gabriela Chavez.
Alani Chu.
Destiny Coquelin.
David Colindres.
D'Artagnan Connor.
Angel Cordero Torres.
Isaiah Corona.
Randy Correa.
Namsi Cortez.
Stephanie Cortez.
Maria Elena Cortez.
Tristan Cosgrove.
Terry Cowings.
Michael Crasium.
Alan Cruz.
Veronica Cruz.
Omar Cruz Ruiz.
Jordan Cuellar.
Stephanie Davila.
Jalay Day.
Mary De Jesus.
Robert De La Peña.
Griselda de la Torre.
Brittany Dean.
Yvonne Del Real.
Wolfgang DeLang.
Annabella De Leon.
Tanisha Delton.
Benjamin DeMar.
Michelle Diaz.
Wilson Diaz.
Megan Doan.
Tiffany Donahue.
Sarai Duarte.
Jeffrey Duong.
Lily Dye.
Christine Eldridge.
Reem El Khatib.
Johnny Alo Ekihua III.
Kimberly Espinosa.
Brandon Facciani.
Fernanda Fajardo Lemos.
Tierra Faulkner.
Nicholas Felix.
Wendy Ferguson.
Jesus Fernandez.
Brandon Fields.
Blake Fiorelli.
Alex Flores.
Brenda Flores.
Edwin Flores.
Robert Flores.
Victor Flores.
Kevin Fong.
Travis French.
Edwin Fuentes.
Mark Anthony Gabriel.
Jesse Galindo.
Dolores Garcia.
Emilce Garcia.
Francisco Miguel Garcia.
Maria Garcia.
Antonio Garcia Magaña.
Edgar Garcia Plasencia.
Monique Garibay.
Oscar Garibay.
Andrea Gascon.
Leah Gaston.
Tyree Gatewood.
Alexis Gatica Villagomez.
Helen Gary Jorges.
Gary Geyser.
Alexis Gomez.
Anna Gomez.
Luke Gomez.
Jessica Gonzalez.
Anaisa Gonzalez.
Armando Gonzalez.
Brandon Gonzalez.
Daniel Gonzalez.
Jessica Gonzalez.
Julia Gonzalez.
Juliet Gonzalez.
Alexis Granados.
Josué Granados.
Malik Greer.
Catherine Guerra.
Megan Guerrero.
Saúl Guerrero.
José Gorola.
Salvador Gutiérrez.
Christian Guzman.
Catherine Hanna.
Valerie Hutto.
Paper Hartman.
MD Hassan.
Jerry Hawkins.
Tyler Hayes.
Taylor Hebb.
Adriana Hermosillo Zamora.
Carlos Hernandez.
Dana Hernandez.
Jesse Hernandez.
Jonathan Hernandez.
Paulina Hernandez.
Bianca Herrera.
Eugenia Herrera.
Stacy Herrera.
Taylor Hester.
Lily Howell.
Chi Wei Su.
Henry Huerta.
Jorge Huerta.
Kiyuni Huin.
Kyle Huing.
Patricia Ibanez.
Perla Ibarra.
Carla Infante.
Carlos Isidro.
Sandra Jaime.
Paul Geralds.
Estefania Jimenez.
Thomas Jimenez.
Jimmy Johnson.
Michael Johnson.
Elonda Jones.
William Jones.
Irene Juarez.
Karen Juarez.
Akash Kapoor.
Latia Kelly.
Sean Kioski.
Amanda Kalborgi.
Yvette Lamas.
Sonia Lara.
April Christine Castro.
Garrett Larks.
Minghui Law.
Belkis Leal.
Jessica Leanos.
Andrew Lee.
Amanda Lemus.
Michael Leon.
Rabia Levy.
Elena Lizárraga.
Robert Lobo.
Erica Lombardo.
Dwight Lopez.
Eric Lopez.
Jasmine Lopez.
Journey Lopez.
Juan Lopez.
Maria Lopez.
Marissa Lopez.
Laura Lopez Londono.
Brenda Lopez Rodriguez.
Giselle Lucero.
Matthew Loons.
Maritza Luviano.
Luis Mandujano.
Johnny Mao.
Jaime Mariscal.
Mike Marquez.
Carlos Martinez.
Gabriel Martinez.
Rosa Martinez.
Wendy Martinez.
Yeselin Martinez.
Pablo Martinez III.
John Masenga.
Gerald Mata.
Andreas Macaulay.
Karina Melendez Hernandez.
Osvaldo Melo.
Michelle Mena.
Pedro Mendez Monroy.
Jonah Mendoza.
Juana Mendoza.
Lawrence Mendoza.
Ruby Mendoza.
Jason Menendez.
Bryant Meza.
Jacqueline Meza.
LeVincent Mira.
Bernice Montano.
Juliana Montes.
Daisy Morales.
Juan Morales.
Stephanie Morales.
Alfredo Moreno.
Patricia Moreno.
Gabriel Moroyoki.
Asma Mumtaz.
Juan Munoz.
Reginald Murray.
Chibwe Mwansa.
Maurice Miles.
Sheila Nadapur.
Yesenia Navarro.
Patrick Nagangyang.
Angel Wynn.
Eric Wynn.
Jin Wynn.
Vincent Wynn.
Chantel Nan.
Charles Nye.
Rosa Nieva.
Nova Nikki Julu.
Delia Obeso Lopez.
Norma Ocampo.
Ryan Ocampo.
Maria Osigueda.
Eddie Oliva.
Oriolua Oluyide.
Mariel Olvera.
Floridalia Olvera Portillo.
Efosa Omorogieva.
Abiola Onayemi.
Viridiana Ordóñez.
Jorge Orrea.
Silvia Origel.
Francisco Orozco.
Perla Ortega.
Brenda Ortiz.
Julisa Ortiz.
Liliana Ortiz.
Sarah Osorio.
Gabriela Payares Ramirez.
Cheyenne Parker.
Diana Patino.
Randy Paz.
Eric Peinado.
Jacid Perez.
Madeline Perez.
Nancy Perez.
Amanda Frimmer.
Aaron Pineda.
Blanca Plasencia.
Deshaun Pleasant.
Willie Pogues Jr.
Lisa Poindexter.
Daniela Portero.
Marlene Portillo.
Liana Powell.
Dana Prayer.
Lisa Pusateri.
Christian Quintero.
Ruby Quiroz.
Christian Ramirez.
Edgar Ramirez.
Cassandra Ramirez.
Oscar Ramirez.
Raúl Ramirez.
Veronica Ramirez.
Andre Ramos.
Carlos Ramos.
Gabriela Ramos.
Heidi Ramos.
Mark Ramos.
Emily Rascon de Santos.
Gia Lourdes Lee Remonte.
Erika Reyes.
Tamika Arleaves.
Alex Rincon.
Noelia Rivas.
Araceli Rivera.
Kyle Robinson.
Gabriela Rodas.
Adrian Rodriguez.
David Rodriguez.
Gilberto Rodriguez.
Janet Rodriguez.
Joanna Rodriguez.
Melissa Rodriguez.
Rita Rodriguez.
Salvador Rodriguez.
Cynthia Rodriguez Perez.
Sam Rohani.
Raimundo Rojo.
Joseph Rosal.
Alejandra Rosales.
Danitra Ross.
Lorena Rothberg.
Jessica Ruiz.
Miles Rutledge.
Vivian Saunero.
Mercedes Salas Peraza.
Jonathan Salazar.
María Salinas Calderón.
Carlos Sanchez.
Eric Sanchez.
Jesus Sanchez.
Brian Sandoval.
Giovanni Sandoval Flores.
Arisha Savanutai.
Sergio Servin.
Masaki Shibano.
Rehab Schwaib.
Latasha Simmons.
Krishna Sin.
Diana Smith.
Christina Smith.
Alejandro Soberanes.
Marilyn Sotelo.
Christian Soto.
Roxana Soto.
Ebony Spence.
Brittany Stanley.
Alexander Stewart.
Cherise Swansea.
Stephanie Takemoto.
Jocelyn Tamayo.
Jacqueline Thompson.
Kamvikse Tongham.
Amanda Tijerino.
Liliana Tiznado.
Jose Torres.
Ernesto Torres Martinez.
Amanda Tovar.
Fernando Urias.
Marisol Uriostegui Rojas.
Brian Uahori.
Lisette Valadez.
Veronica Valdivia Rodan.
Nicole Valle.
Eva Vasquez.
Eduardo Vázquez.
Cindy Vega.
Edgar Verduzco.
Guadalupe Vidal.
José Vidrio.
Lisa Vilborg.
Fermín Villa.
Leslie Villacruz.
María Villarreal.
Stephen Vincent.
Xochitl Vivar.
Denise Huelvas.
Dennis Vuong.
Calvin Wade.
Chelsea Walker Okendo.
Jeremy Washington.
Emmanuel Webb.
Gail White.
Lola White.
Michelle White.
Devin Williams.
Emily Williams.
Jordan Williams.
Malia Williams.
Phyllis Williams.
Dakarai Willis.
Terry Wilson.
Eddie Witt.
Bernard Wong.
Nicole Wong.
Edelaine Yatko.
Abraham Eunice.
Melvin Zapata.
Fernando Zaragoza.
Luis Zaragoza.
Jesus Zavala Ramirez.
Jocelyn Celaya.
Sofia Zelaya.
Brittany Sendejas.
Jennifer Zapeta.
With a degree in physical education,
Rachel Adams.
Daniela Aguinada.
Mercy Albert.
Braulio Alcántara Palacios.
Roxanne Alonso.
Christopher Andrade.
Andrea Anguiano.
Natalie Araiza.
Jose Arias.
Jessica Avila.
Karen Avila.
Aaron Baber.
Blake Barnes.
Aaron Batak.
Tanya Bermudez.
Alejandra Bradley.
Ricky Bratcher.
Justice Gamble.
Kayla Campbell.
Aaron Casares.
Danica Castro.
Philip Cheksinko.
Laura Socorro Corona.
Soledad Corrales.
Norma Correa.
Jerry Cox.
Maya Crawford White.
Jennifer Crespo.
Chase Crichton.
Carla Diaz.
Aaliyah Durler.
Julia Esparza.
Luis Esquivel.
Jasmine Falcon.
Jared Fontillas.
Elijah Gaines.
Johanna Galvez.
Juliana Garcia.
Odalis Garcia.
Melanie Gimbel.
Gustavo Gomez.
Rex Gomez.
Lorenzo Guardardo.
Brian Gutierrez.
Alan Hernandez.
Joshua Hernandez.
Melissa Higueros.
Madison Hicks.
Joshua Ibarra.
Linda Izabal.
Kiri Johns.
Kiyosha Johnson.
Ryan Tagawa.
Kayla Kaihara.
Zion Cowlisser.
Christian Jalen Laffoon.
Chelsea Leaf.
Salvador Ledesma.
Dylan Lynn.
Ches Lister.
Virginia Lopez.
Cecilia Madrigal.
Luisa Maya.
Adrian Martinez.
Catherine Lorraine Martinez.
Karen Martinez Calderon.
Sierra McCracken.
Avner Mercado.
Alana Miranda.
Dorian Montero.
Leslie Mora.
Jordan Moreno.
Brianna Mota.
Jessica Mulero.
Jorge Murillo.
Farah Naama.
Kathy Go.
Jasmine Northcutt.
Tatiana Orozco.
Serena Ortiz.
David Pastrana.
Malia Pereira.
Luis Perez.
Kevin Pivaral.
Araceli Polanco.
Brandon Polizzi.
Aubrey Ponce.
Olvin Portillo Medina.
Ashley Bozo.
Jordan Ramirez.
Martin Reyes.
Odalis Reyes.
Veronica Rincon.
Rebecca Rivera.
Brianna Robertson.
Adrian Rodriguez.
Carista Rodriguez.
Patricia Rubio Martinez.
Jonathan Russum.
Mushka Saad.
Roberto Salazar.
Aaron Samala.
Jesse Sandoval.
Roberto Silva.
Christopher Schwartzbaugh.
Eliud Tapia.
Kelsey Tells.
Alexis Torres.
Crystal Torres.
Hien Henry Tran.
Jacqueline Uitz.
Orlando Umana.
Jonathan Vaca.
Anthony Vasquez.
Brianna Velasquez.
Karen Velasquez.
Arlene Villegas.
Taylor Washington.
Gennaro Hewitt.
Leslie Zacatares.
Roberto Zelaya Garcia. Rachel Abrams.
With a degree in public administration,
Juan Aceves.
Ivan Acosta.
Ahmed Al-Malki.
Aliyah Almeida.
Amaraini Alvarez.
Andrea Alvarez.
Lucy Alvarez.
Stephanie Arroyo.
Teresa Bartley.
Carice Bradley.
Stephanie Canales.
Etzel Cowling.
Stephen Cardona.
Valeria Castañeda.
April Castro.
Tony Cheng.
Somali Che.
Odessa Chem.
Justin Choi.
Sumatra Church.
Myra Clementi.
Joseph Kobo.
Nikaya Cornelison.
Erendira Cuevas.
Brandon Davis.
Tiffany Davis Johnson.
Napoleon de la Cruz.
Deborah Douglas.
Kuran Durant.
Shakira Ellis.
Myra Espinosa.
Carla Estupinian.
Ali Farokhzad.
Brittany Ford.
Cristina Fregoso.
Diana Garcia.
Jose Garcia.
Leslie Garcia.
Michelle Genovez.
Angela Givens.
Robert Gomestagel.
Robert Grano.
William Growell.
DeCarol Jacob.
Startisha Johnson.
Holly Kammerly.
Rahad Katan.
Zaira Leal.
Randy Lemon.
Jamie Lewis.
Diana Lopez.
Joanna Lopez.
David Lohr.
Paula Lopez.
Cheyenne Luna.
Ernesto Luna.
Abraham Maldonado.
Evangelina Martin.
Kathleen Joy Zarate.
Myra Martinez.
Destiny McGee.
Victoria Mendoza.
Denise Miller.
Taria Moore.
Bethlehem Omer.
Micah Alexi Ortiz.
Isabel Ramirez.
Cristina Ramos.
Tammy Little Randolph.
Sarah Rangel.
Melanie Rodriguez.
Karen Rodriguez Gaspar.
Matthew Ruffali.
Yolinda Sam.
Kevin Songrong.
Raquel Cibrian.
Justin Stewart.
Adrian Stokes.
Lizette Suarez.
Noor Sudwal.
Miguel Teo.
Philip Tikkun.
Hazel Velasquez.
Reynalda Vélez Mendez.
Nosbel Vivas.
Harley Wallace.
Lauren Walters.
Nichelle White.
Crystal Williams.
Estefania Zamora.
And last but not least, Kathleen Zarate. Congratulations to all of the graduates.
Congratulations, graduates! Oh, I don't think we heard you. I said congratulations, graduates! All right, I know it's a long afternoon. It's been important for us to recognize each and every one of you. I hope you appreciate that. Again, what I'd like to do as we get through with these last two rituals, they all take about a minute, but I want to say,
President.
Mr. Provost.
As a point of departure, I just think it wouldn't be right. This is the 7th commencement of this academic year, and it would not be right for us not to thank our MVP at this institution, Dr. President Thomas Parham, for everything he's done to make this happen. A round of applause and a lot of love for President Parham.
Labor of love. Graduates, if you would, please stand if you're not standing already.
Thank you, ladies.
So first of all, put your hands together. Again, these folk have worked their backsides off on your behalf to give you the best graduate experience we could under conditions. Give it up for our ceremonies and event staff and our volunteers all around. They have worked well. Let them know you love them, please. Thank y'all. Thank you, volunteers. All right, graduates, as you're standing, it's a time-honored tradition, so I want to talk specifically to the baccalaureate candidates now. It's a time-honored tradition that candidates who had yet to receive their degree wore their tassels on the right side of their mortarboard. Let me say that again. If you had yet to receive your degree, your tassel was on the right side of your mortarboard. There you go. Let me give you a chance to reposition it. Having then received your degree, you were invited to position your tassel on the left side of your mortarboard, acknowledging that you had crossed the threshold as baccalaureate recipients. So now, as a symbol of the conferral of your degrees, let me invite you, baccalaureate candidates, to turn your tassel! So everybody on the left now. I'm not trying to be like Beyonce, to the left, but I want you on the tassel to the left. All right. Lastly, our last ritual. Parents and family, graduates already know this. At your California State University, Dominguez Hills, in the Toro Nation, we have a saying. Chair Telemonte talked about it earlier. About you are all family, and you are always welcome back. But we always remind students to say, once a Toro, what? Always a Toro. Right. So we're going to go out of here with our last ritual. And I want the people out on Central Avenue to the east, University Avenue to the south, Avalon Avenue to the west, and Victoria Street to the north. I want all of them to hear you on the count of 3. And we're going to say, once a Toro, always a Toro. So everybody in the arena, family, friends, loved ones, babies, grandma, grandpa, everybody stand up for me. We're going to go out with a thunder. And we're measuring the applause, by the way, from each of the 7 ceremonies that we've conducted. So we'll see how you go. Mr. Provost, you betting on this class?
I'm betting on this.
You betting on this class? Okay.
They'll bring it.
We'll see. Let's see if you can bring the noise and bring the thunder. On 3, once a Toro, always a Toro. You all ready? Y'all ready up there? Y'all ready up there? Y'all ready around here on the top? All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Once a Toro, always a Toro. Congratulations!
This concludes the 2021 California State University